Good dark fantasy campaigns have horrifying monsters crawling out of the earth ready to bite your freaking head off. Good dark fantasy campaigns have evil wizards with a claw on their shoulders summoning those wicked monsters that are ready to bite your freaking head off. Good, evil, dark fantasy campaigns have evil underground cities with evil underground cults with entire armies marching upon the city you want to protect. And the Tomb of the Colossal Gods has all of that. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask and this is Tomb of the Colossus Gods, a dark fantasy campaign for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It says €0 out of the 12,000 euros goal. That is because it is not live yet at the moment of recording, but it will be live February 1st, which is today. It will go live somewhere today, so if you're watching the video and click the link in the description below, you'll probably be brought to a page that is already live. Now, this was sent to me by the creator, and I look at everything sent to me, as you probably know, and stuff that I think is interesting for the 5th edition third-party community, I want to share on my channel. That's what I do. I find interesting stuff and I share it on my channel. If you like what I do and you want to help the hobby out, make sure to click that subscribe button. It really helps me out, it helps the hobby out, and it helps the creators out for sharing stuff to the right people, because algorithms do their work and everything. Now, Tomb of the Colossal Gods was sent to me, this link was sent to me to see if I wanted to share it on my channel, and I really do, because I think it looks really cool, original and amazing. Now, the creator has also sent something physical to my physical doorstep, which I will talk about a little bit later, but people who like miniatures should keep watching for a bit. So, Tomb of the Colossal Gods is a dark fantasy campaign that has an entire story thing going on, and if you see the trailer is, by the way, really well made trailer. You can get a glimpse of the story, but there's also a free PDF on this page you can download if you click the link in the description below again, which has more like a story overview, and it goes a little bit deeper into everything, and I won't go super deep into that. Basically, there is an evil wizard who, there is this city where people were, like, they were immortal, but to be immortal, they had to, like, do, like, these blood offerings and everything, and there's this evil wizard who became so powerful, he started controlling creatures they call demis, which are really wicked and weird creatures, but even the demis grew too strong, so now the wizard fled kind of to, like, an underground evil city, and now wants to march on the original city, to control those demis and seek a place among the Colossus gods. The Colossus gods were the gods that gave immortality to the ageless city. That's basically the thing. It's really, you need to watch the trailer and you need to see the story overview. I have a really hard time explaining it, but it's really, it looks really, really cool. Now, I want to kind of talk about the value first. The value you get from this, because this thing is big. I talked about a lot of Kickstarters, and I've talked about a Kickstarter previously where I liked it for its simplicity. It was just like a book and that's it. With this, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more than a book. They have everything. So, Tomb of the Colossal Gods, dark fantasy campaign and setting, by the way, designed for 5th edition. 400 and more pages, free miniatures for backers during the first 48 hours, free freaking miniature, and I'm going to show you that one, and that's what was sent to me on my physical doorstep. I have it right here. I will show it a little bit later in the video, but the detail to these miniatures is amazing, and you will get that for free if you pledge. Now, you can pledge this thing for 28 euros, which you will get like the PDF, a bunch of digital battle maps, and everything, of course, digital stretch goals. Then for the hardcover, there's 48 euros. You get all the same stuff, but you get the hardcover, and then the value comes in. And I really like the value, because if you pledge 86, you get like the hardcover, of course, also the PDF. You get the battle maps, but you also get the Terrors of the Ageless City for a large miniature pack. And this is what I wanted to talk about. The campaign, spanning from levels 1 all the way to level 10, by the way, holds a bunch of creatures, really wicked and weird creatures they call demis, which are represented in these statues and these miniatures printed by the creators. And I have to say, it's really hard to show on camera, but the detail on this is amazing. And I'm not only talking about the creature. For example, this creature is a really detailed creature by itself. Looks kind of like a little bit like the Predator kind of creature, which has a long tongue and some weird stuff coming out of here. I mean, the detail here is really good, but as you can see on its base, it has like this skull. It has a bunch of rocks here, everywhere. So the printing quality of this is really great, and if they can continue this for like everybody who backs this and wants this, I'd be amazed, and I think it's really cool. I hope they can continue delivering this kind of detail because it's really cool. And they've actually sent me all 4 of these, because there is a pack you can take for 4 of these miniatures. And as you can see, there's another one. And this one is really great because it has like arms here. It has weird scorpion-like things here. Then it has a bunch of, oh man, it's really weird on camera. It has like these tentacles coming out of its mouth. And it even has a mouth here in its belly, like with teeth and everything. So it's also really cool. And then my favorite one by far is this dude crawling out of the face of the earth, ready to bite your freaking head off or whatever. This is like a gargantuan, really big. It has like a shark-like head, but then it has like this really long tongue and teeth and everything, and it's this hulking man-like creature. It's really, really cool. I love the detail on these rocks. It's amazing. It's really cool that they sent it to me. And they've also sent me a miniature of the BBEG, the Big Bad Evil Guy, because this campaign houses an evil wizard that's behind everything. This is basically the dude that wants to find his place among the Colossus gods, and he wants to take over the city, the ageless city, because the colossal gods actually have a tomb beneath that city, and this wizard wants to kind of reach that tomb in order to summon those gods. But nobody wants that to happen because these gods will destroy everything. So the party, it's up to the party actually to go to that tomb, to reach that city, to reach that tomb before the big bad evil guy does so and summons the gods. So going back to the Kickstarter page itself, if you back within the first 48 hours, you're actually getting this dude. You're getting this big hulking thing to put on your table and to pit against your players. But you can also back it for even more, and then it comes with like this dice set and everything, enemy cards, weapon cards, battle map book with printed maps, and we're going to look at all of that because you can back it all the way up to 156 euros, which is an all-in pledge, and then you get everything. And let's see what that actually is. It's, by the way, it's like this book. Like, the cover of this book is really cool. It reminds me of 3rd edition 3.5, where all the books had like this this going on, right? I mean, this is like the first one I took. It's even almost the same color. It just reminds me of that. That's 3.5, by the way, the edition that I played the most when I was younger, and I just really like the way they did that cover. There is this this map of the area. These are the miniatures, by the way. Again, I really like them. There is the Foundry virtual tabletop. There is battle maps. Digital, some even change around and everything. Then there is a book of battle maps. If you support it for the highest tier or the second highest tier, you get this book full of battle maps you can put on your table. There are weapon cards, enemy cards with stats and everything. There is a really cool set of dice. I really like the set of dice with like the logo of the campaign on like the highest number. Then there is a Dungeon Master screen that also looks really cool. It has the evil wizard on the cover, so you can always like be reminded of how he looks like. That's the entire thing, and that's why I like this. I like really simple Kickstarters. I'm going to admit, I like really simple Kickstarters. But what I also like is expanded Kickstarters, but they need to make sense. It needs to all be stuff that belongs in there. And for this campaign, your players are coming from this underground area. They have to go all the way to this ageless city and reach the tomb before the evil guy does. But they will encounter these guys. in the campaign. There's no way around it. They will encounter these 3 creatures and they will probably have to fight them because they do not look they can be seduced by a bard. So they're probably going to have to fight them, and it just makes sense that you get like these statues to put on your table. You can even put them, like what I do is I often have like this miniature somewhere while I'm playing D&D, and it just sits there for a few sessions, and then suddenly I just pick it up and just put it on the table, and that's like, yeah, that's why it was sitting there all the time. It has a map. It just all, I don't know, it just feels like it's all part of the same thing, right? It's just good branding going on. So it talks about, of course, what it is. It talks about the city of Deepwell, which is this sunken city, kind of. It's under the earth, and there's a lot of evil guilds there. And this is where the evil guy starts off, actually, because he's gathering people and he's promising them eternal life and everything. So he gets this entire army behind him. All kinds of weird creatures and stuff are joining his army in order to march upon the Ageless City. They talk about factions. I mean, this thing is going to be more than 400 pages thick. It's going to be a big campaign, but it's also going to be a setting. And I really like books that have both. I like books like Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, for example, has it. It is a campaign setting, but it also is a campaign for your players to play in that setting. And I always really like that, because everything really belongs together, and you have it together in one book. So you don't need to go out and buy like 5 books, one with player options and one with the campaign setting and one with monsters and whatever. You can just buy one book and get everything. For example, you get like the entire the 2 major cities. You get like the guilds, you get the map, and you also get, they also talk about, like, this is, by the way, some of its army, the army of the big evil guy. There is, I wanted to talk about, by the way, a free PDF if you want to talk more, look more into the lore of it. The cover again, but I just wanted to go over here. Oh my god, here are the things, right? Again, like the statues. Again, I really like these miniatures. Let's see, look, oh, cool. I'm gonna bite your head off. Battle maps, and there's even going to be, like, these are some of the battle maps. Look how detailed they are, right? They belong in this world. This gives me like this Fellowship of the Ring kind of vibe, where they have to jump over that part, right? Where Gimli is like, where they're rocking this staircase in order to yeah, you know what I mean. You know, you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. Look at this. It's just looks like it belongs in, I don't know, Diablo 3 or something like that. Just really, really cool, well built book of battle maps. It's just battle maps to put on your table. See, like this. You just open it, boom, put some miniatures on there, and you can play. It's just really great. Look at this. You can have them on your TV. Well, this is like, if you have like, people play on a TV that they put on the table, and then they have like battle maps that have kind of like, I don't know, moving light and everything. But I really wanted to. There's online assets, but oh my god, there's a lot of information here. Here they are. They even have subclasses like a Crusader, Disciple of Rune, Marauder. They have subclasses and everything for playing in this campaign setting. And that's what I really like for these books that have everything in one book. You have a campaign spanning from levels 1 all the way to level 10, right? And even beyond if you want. But you also have the campaign setting, because it's a world of its own. You can even play your own adventures in there if you want. It is a setting, it is a campaign. It has weapons that make sense in that campaign setting. It probably has spells that make sense in that campaign setting. It has monsters that make sense in the campaign setting, and it even has characters that make sense in that campaign setting. So your band of heroes can play a character from the player's handbook, whatever. They can even play a character from, I don't know, another, like Compress or Jetpack 7, whatever, but they can also play a character or a class from the book you are going to play. So that's why I really like stuff like Tomb of the Colossal Gods, like all-in-one kind of thing, more than 400 pages. They are looking for 12,000 euros, which is, by the way, not that much money for a book of this size. So I really hope they are going to make it. So make sure to click the link in the description below and see the trailer for yourself, because the trailer really explains like the vibe of the world, like the darkness and the grittiness of it. And I don't know, the monsters feel really original. And this is, by the way, the PDF. You can see the cover right here. Let me do this with it. You can see the cover right here, and they just talk about running the adventure, what you can use, the assets you can use and everything. And they have like the story overview, because there's also the bad guy is also looking for a bunch of artifacts to become even stronger, because he's a really strong mage, but he wants to become even stronger, so he's looking for these artifacts. They talk about the army, they talk about everything. If you want more information, I'm just here to point your nose towards this Kickstarter, right? I just want you to check it out, because if you are looking, maybe you have a group of players that are like, hey, we want to start a new campaign, and that's, I always love those moments, right, where your players are like, let's start a new campaign, and you have a bunch of books, and you're like, we can play this one, you can play this one, you can play this one, and your players are like, let's play this one, and everybody's like all in on one campaign, like, what classes can we play from this, what spells are in here, and everything, and you as a dungeon master can really play the campaign that belongs to their characters. I absolutely love that, and I think Tomb of the Colossus Gods is going to be a really cool campaign, a really cool, dark and gritty campaign setting with some cool classes, and I cannot wait to see for myself when they send it to me, because it's already promised and I'm getting a copy, to review it on my channel right here and to see the final results. Until next video, bye bye.